Hello everyone, Alexander the Great here, and welcome back to Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. In the last episode it was very dark. Let's hope this one's brighter. We've already been to Chicago, but I don't remember seeing this in Milwaukee. This farmer's loitering beside a couple of crate of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for the pickup, he says. Try to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a wild story? Sure. Hotel haunted by the ghost of the twin toddlers. Hey, I know that story. That story happened to me. Bullshit, you're a good joker. Alright. Well, now that we've done that, I think we're just gonna hit the road and walk. That means actually move. I'm tempted to go across over there, but let's just follow the road for now. I might try and hitchhike. Get on the other side of the road. I mean, I think I can proc hitchhiking by walking. I hope I would be able to. Actually, I can't use my A button when I have the Q button popped, so we're going to Minneapolis. First, we'll go to the thing outside Minneapolis. Shouldn't there be a bridge here? Okay, I guess they just die or something. I'm not going to Minneapolis just yet. Let's go over here and see this.
You've seen migrant camps before, and they tend to look like the town dump. This one, though, on a good day, this could pass for a town. Starched white tents stand tall and many, and a stroll through the grounds finds you neither trash nor trouble. You hear some chatter from a large tent on your left. On your right, a tent in the shadow of the trees emanates a soft buzz.
Let's go to the right.
You pass through a shroud of flies into a curtained waiting area. The air is pregnant with the stench of rotten meat, but the area is empty, almost clean, except for the black stains that have seeped into the soil. There's only the curtain, which reaches all the way from one end of the tent to the other.
I don't like this.
It wears a black overcoat and a white porcelain mask with a fat, sharp beak. There's a butcher's knife in its gloved hand.
This is the pest house.
It snaps in a woman's voice and yanks the curtain shut.
A strangely clean tent city. Well, not what I was thinking. Let's get in Minneapolis. The Mississippi here is lined with grain mills, factories, and train tracks. Smoke towers rising stark against the sky. Some of these factories are empty, and there's a tense look in a lot of folks' eyes.
3 delivery trucks sit on the waterfront, their drivers securing the cargo. 12 cop cars form a protective half-ring around them. Their occupants seem to be gearing up for combat. You approach a pair of cops. The broad one pushes shells into a shotgun with a practiced motion and an undercurrent of excitement. His wiry partner indicates the trucks.
We gotta get these through. Keep them secure.
The broad cop grunts. You been living under a rock?
Strikers,
says the other. Socialist motherfuckers. the broad one adds. The wiry cop looks away. The broad cop sneers. Does it matter? They better fall in line. The other shakes his head.
My cousin's out there. I don't think their demands are...
Maybe you're standing on the wrong side. Come on. They walk off to join a briefing huddle.
Think I'm gonna
Whatever
leave.
your feelings, there's nothing you can do. You turn away and walk back towards the river.
Well then, there's a strike in Minneapolis apparently. It's just Panhandle for now. Alright, that's fine. PB&J. Hard to mess this one up, they somehow do. Oh well. Alright, well let's leave Minneapolis. That was fun. Don't really see a whole lot of places to go. Check my inventory real quick. Don't really have anything. I don't think I have much cash, I don't know. That's a train thing, I wouldn't be hitchhiking off of that. Let's see if hitchhiking and walking works, hopefully it does. I do see a small town up ahead. But actually, let's not hitchhike anymore. Let's just whistle. See a couple stories. So there's Fargo, and then there's something over there. There's also something right here. So let's go to these three places. Never seen this X before. I don't think I have. Oh, needs some cash. He moves down the street, needs help carrying boxes from the curb. Alright. I got some cash. That works. So Fargo.
A woman waits while a man in a truck fills 2 of her buckets with scoops of whitish powder from a bin. She sees you staring.
Want to make some cash?
She calls.
Doing what?
She takes you up the drive to her farmhouse, where her son and daughter are mixing something in a metal barrel.
Locust bait.
She says.
Poison. The town bought enough for everyone, but we gotta mix it ourselves.
She'll pay you to help.
Sure.
You use a broom handle to mix the poison with bran. The teens watch from the porch, faces frozen in distrustful scowls. Their mother pays you well, but later in the day you feel lightheaded, tingling pins and needles all over. You feel only a little better after you vomit.
The woman with the buckets of poison. That sounds exceptionally good. Oh, am I half health? So do I have a health bar that I need to actually pay attention to? So I have cash now, but I'm half health. And sleepy? Is this what this means? It's break time at the half-finished bridge. The workers are gathering around a young man who sits on a bucket like a king. They listen rapidly to a story about the apple orchard planter who planted 10,000 trees. John Chapman, yeah. Alrighty. Am I gonna be okay? I'm actually really concerned. Am I gonna be okay?
She's getting married.
The soldier tells you. The two of you observe the church from the dusty road, straining to hear the faint joy of the ceremony transpiring within. I fought for 10 years to come home because she said she'd be here, waiting for me. And look, can you believe it?
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do? What does she expect? That I should throw myself from the nearest cliff? Walk into the ocean? He snorts, sets off down the road. He seems surprised to see you a few steps behind. No, he says. Where I'm going, you can't come. It's only then that you notice. There's something very wrong with his eyes.
Alrighty. Let's go follow the train tracks. I really hope I don't, like, just all of a sudden see my character fall down and die. Because I've never seen this before. Like, this hasn't happened in this series. Or I have the half heart and the sleepy thing. I see another story. Let's go check Bismarck first. So there's one to the right, and then there's one in Bismarck. Alrighty.
The baby buffalo lies tangled by a fence, wire biting into its flesh. Please, it says, I must reach the sanctuary before they find me. The light here has a thin quality. Colors are oddly muted. There's a taste of something old in the air.
How can I understand? The heck with who's chasing it? How can I understand what it's saying?
They were hunters of my kind. I am the last born. Every year it repeats. I must run. They must chase. It is the cycle that lets my people survive. You hear hoofbeats. A ways back down the road, a cloud of dust rises. The buffalo struggles. Please, help me.
Free
The
him.
wire cuts into your hands, but you untangle the animal. The buffalo charges off as soon as it's free. Come on. You glance behind. A trio of riders emerges at the head of the dust cloud. You run alongside the buffalo. Not far. It grunts. Just ahead. You see the boundary, a line of rocks that mark the border, but the hoofbeats sound close. The ground dips, and the beast stumbles and falls. They'll be on you any second.
So, assuming I could carry this buffalo, it's a bit weird.
You snatch up the beast and run for the boundary line. All you can hear is the pounding hooves and the whooping of the riders. They're on you just before you reach the line. You hurl the buff forward as you fall. The buffalo crosses the line and turns with a defiant bellow, a primal sound that far outstrips its size. It drags its feet through the dirt, kicking up a cloud of dust. When it settles, the four are nowhere to be seen. You hear the distant clamor of a herd in motion.
Well, that was intriguing. Did I just die? It's glowing now. I don't know what I think of this. So, am I like dead? I don't know what to do. What to do about my heart? Is it gone? Do I have no heart now? I guess I don't have a heart now. Hopefully I don't die.
A hurried little girl collides into you with a wheelbarrow full of hay, nearly knocking you out of your shoes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You nod, but the way the girl fusses over the wheelbarrow, was that apology meant for you?
Lost? Me? No, not at all.
She stands up taller and squares her shoulders, projecting an image of adulthood so stiff she looks about to tip over.
But I guess I could use a little help. Can I ask you something pretty, please?
You just did.
Well, I found this critter, but my daddy won't let me keep it unless I take real good care of it.
Relating this dilemma has put her on the verge of tears.
Do you know how I can be the very best pet owner in the world?
Considering this is like borderline abuse.
The girl bursts into hysterical laughter, like she just heard the funniest joke.
Well, I don't know how to feed it when it don't have a mouth.
The laughter fades, and her look of worry returns.
Any other ideas?
How does it not have a mouth?
She smiles so bright.
Alright. That's interesting. I don't know of many animals that don't have mouths. Let's keep going. I see another story up here. Wonder why I can't hit my A button while I'm hitchhiking. It's really weird. We're in North Dakota. Who lives in North Dakota? What stories are there from North Dakota?
Over a shared, crusty loaf of bread, the farmer notices you looking at a prominent, tattered scarecrow in the field. "Oh, you like old Barney?" he asks.
Sure.
Does a damn good job scaring the vermin. Shame about the real fella. He was a funny one. Old Barney hiding out in our stables and lofts, just passing along. We liked him. Well, all except the sheriff. Barney never harmed nothing. I sometimes shared bread with him, just like you here. When he disappeared, leaving just the clothes we gave him, I figured I'd put him to use. Never got to know his proper name neither.
Across the field, the wind in the corn whispers. Or is it the scarecrow?
Ooh. Ooh. Old Barney, the actual scarecrow. So, those are some fast moving clouds, holy cow. But anyway, hey, walking and hitchhiking does work. Let's get in the car, let's go hitchhike. I know there's a story right there, but we'll see. See what happens. We're gonna miss the story though. It's sad. If he stops up here, then maybe I'll go back for it. But I don't know. I actually can't make him stop, so We're gonna go on to the next town, unfortunately. If there's a town that exists. Oh, okay, well that's fine. He just stops right here. That's fine. I'll just turn right around with the great quality. Billings. Alright, well let's go to Billings, and then the story outside of it, and then we'll end this episode off. Actually, now how about this? What? Yeah, let's make that the story outside of it. Let's go to Billings, let's get all the 3 stories here, and then let's head to that story over there, and then get a hitchhike, get on out of here. Of course, you won't see the hitchhike, but yeah, there's a story in the mountains, if I'm correct. Yes, right there. So let's go get this enhanced story first. This farmer's loitering says a couple of crates of berry. Didn't I already hear this? Whoa. Oh, okay. So I got the same thing except a different story.
Bang. The screen door clangs in the wind. Downstairs, you hear low murmurs. The wind again? Or voices? You were sure this house was deserted. In the living room, 2 young women are entwined atop a sleeping bag. One has her hands tangled in the other's bright red hair.
I can't believe we found another haunted house.
The red-haired girl laughs. A floorboard creaks under your feet.
Is it a ghost?
One yells.
I would hope not.
The red-haired girl is jumped up between you and her companion, but relaxes her stance at your words.
Well, if you're talking, you probably aren't a ghost.
The blonde says. The red-haired girl looks to her, then back towards you.
What are you doing here? We're driving around, but Sam made us pull over for another night in a haunted house.
Sam squeezes her hand.
Come on, this is cool. There are probably bats in the attic.
Your presence is not unwelcome, but the 2 only have eyes for each other.
That's nice. What are they doing? Bats in the attic. Cool. Anyway.
For hours now, you've seen it circling overhead. Its wings cutting across the sliver of sky you can see framed by the crowns of vast redwoods. But it's gotten closer. The cry that echoed from afar now seems dangerously near.
I just want to say, we're next to a mountain. There are hardly any trees. I haven't seen trees for miles. What are you talking about, vast redwoods?
And suddenly, the eagle swoops down, claws splayed before it, wings spreading into a crescent of knife-sharp feathers.
Considering I don't have any health, I'm gonna run for
You
cover.
scramble away from the road, seeking shelter under one of the large trees. The eagle recedes from sight. But then, as the noise of its cry dims, you hear another noise. Some dandy's sleek automobile blazing down the road. It nearly clips you. Were you still standing there, you'd be a goner. The eagle, as if expecting thanks, lands nearby, just for a moment. And then it's in the sky again, looking for whatever lunch it's missing.
Good thing I moved. And now we gotta walk all the way to this story out there. And then we can end this off. Then to start off next video, we need to hitchhike. There's hardly anything out here. Almost there. Last story today.
The storm swept in just before sundown, heralded by a purple sky and electricity in the air. He sought shelter alongside a grizzled farmer. All he can do is pace, muttering to himself.
Can't just stay here.
You catch.
Gotta find her.
He looks up at you.
My daughter was out down the road.
He balls his fists.
God, fuck this.
He hauls open the door, shielding his face from the fierce dust. He runs out into the storm.
I already have a lot of stories with this thing, so...
The maelstrom has turned the world a murky red. The farmer makes it a fair distance, but you see him stumble. A whirlwind of dust forms, coalescing into a great dark shape which looms over him. The storm swallows your warning. The dust thing engulfs the man in its body. The storm whips faster, cutting off your view. You don't manage any sleep. The storm settles in the early hours. You find the farmer laid out in the street, his corpse a shriveled mass. He has one arm stretched out in front of him, as if to crawl.
Well, that's sad. And a sad way to end this off, but at least... Alright, well, yeah, it's pretty morbid too. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.